Ever imagine, like, what if you had a doctor, but, like, powered by AI?
Whoa.
I know, right? Like, we all use those AI chatbots now, like
Right.
ChatGPT.
Right.
But what if it was, like, way more advanced, like actually figuring out what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So that's what we're diving into today, this new research on OpenAI's latest language model. It's called O1.
Okay.
And apparently it's even, like, more powerful than ChatGPT.
Wow.
So researchers, they put it through all these crazy medical tests to see if it, lives up to the hype.
I mean, it's amazing how fast this whole AI thing is, like, changing. I feel like yesterday we were impressed by, like, basic chatbots, and now we're talking about AI doctors.
It's mind-blowing. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what this research paper we're looking at wanted to figure out, can this O1 actually be an AI doctor? So they had to do all sorts of medical tasks, like, could it understand medical knowledge? Could it, like, reason through these complex cases?
Yeah.
Oh, and could it even work in different languages?
It's interesting, right? Because the study really focused on, could O1 go beyond just, like, memorizing medical terms?
Yeah.
Like, could it actually grasp what medical diagnosis is all about? And I
Wow.
think that's what makes this research stand out,
Yeah.
They wanted to see if it could apply the knowledge, not just, like, spit out facts.
Exactly. They didn't just, like, give it a medical dictionary and say, go be a doctor.
Right.
They wanted to see if it could actually think like a doctor, which, how do you even test that?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, first they tested if it could, like, read a patient's file or, like, a complicated research paper and pull out the important medical info.
Okay. Kind of like what a doctor has to do all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then it got really cool. They had it do these diagnostic quizzes.
Okay.
And they made them super tough. Like, they even pulled questions from those big medical journals.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The Lancet, the New England Journal of Medicine, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow. So they weren't messing around.
No. They wanted to see what it could really do.
So, like, real world challenges then.
Totally.
Okay. So what happened? Did it pass?
It aced it.
What?
Yeah. It actually did way better than any of the other AI models, even that GPT-4 one.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it was even better than that. It figured out those complex cases, like, really well. And they think one of the main reasons it did so well was this thing. It's called internalized chain of thought process. It's a mouthful, but basically it's trained to, like, break the problem down step by step, like a human expert would.
Okay. Hold on. Let's break that down because that sounds crucial.
Yeah.
So, internalized chain of thought. What does that even mean? And why is that such a big deal for being able to, like, diagnose someone?
It's not just about, like, seeing a symptom and matching it to a disease,
Right.
It's like, imagine a human doctor, right?
Yeah.
They don't just hear you cough and go, oh, it's this.
Right.
They look at everything, they think about all the options, rule things out, and then they come to a diagnosis.
So it's like O1 is kind of doing that same thing, that step-by-step thinking. That's pretty amazing. So does this mean O1 is ready to, like, be a doctor now?
Well, hold on. It did really well on these tests.
Yeah.
But this is just one study.
Yeah.
We need to do way more research before we have, AI doctors working in hospitals.
Right. Okay, so no robot doctors just yet?
Not yet, no.
But it sounds like it's getting really good at, like, understanding medical stuff and making, like, those tough calls. But what about different languages?
Yeah.
Because healthcare should be for everyone,
Of
right?
course.
Not just people who speak one language.
Absolutely. And that's where this research gets really interesting because they actually tested O1 in a bunch of different languages.
Cool.
And it was really good at answering, like, simple medical questions, no matter the language.
Mm-mm.
But when it had to do those really complicated diagnoses, that's where it struggled a bit.
So close.
I know, right?
What happened? Was it just, like, a translation issue or something?
It seems like it was more than that. It knew the words, like it could translate cough or fever just fine. But those complicated diagnoses, it's like it needed to understand more than just the words.
Yeah, it's like knowing the words is one thing, but understanding how they all fit together in a medical way, that's different.
Exactly. It's like it could translate the words, but not the medical reasoning in that other language.
It's like it needs to go to medical school, but, like, in Spanish or something.
Right. Like, how do you translate a whole way of thinking about medicine? That's a whole other challenge.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It is.
So O1 is looking good, but it still needs some work. What else did the researchers, like, flag as needing improvement?
One of the big ones, and this is a big one in AI generally, especially in something like medicine where you really need to be sure, is something called hallucination.
Wait, hold on. Hallucination. Is it seeing things now?
Not that kind of hallucination. It basically just means the AI makes stuff up.
Oh, okay.
It presents this information, it sounds all confident and everything, but it's totally wrong.
So less about ghosts, more about like making up facts.
Yeah.
Which in the doctor world, probably not great.
No, not great at all. And they found this happening with O1.
Yeah, not great at all. And they found this happening with O1.
Yeah, so in one of the cases, they gave O1 this case study about a baby who had a rash.
Okay.
And it figured out the cause, which is good.
Yeah.
But then it started making up medical facts, like, to explain it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, like, even though it got the right answer, the fact that it just made stuff up that's a problem.
Exactly.
So what did the researchers say to do about that? Like, how do you stop an AI from hallucinating?
They said it needs even better training data.
Okay, so like what it learns from.
Exactly. I mean, O1, it's like all these other AI models, it learns from tons and tons of text and code, right?
Right.
But that stuff may not have all the little details and weird things about how doctors actually talk and think.
So it's like trying to teach someone to cook by just showing them pictures of food.
Right.
Like they need to actually get in there hands-on.
Exactly. Got to work with the ingredients to really get it.
So how do they fix that for O1? Like what kind of training data would help it tell what's real in the medical world and what's not?
They need to give it more real-world medical stuff, you know?
Like what?
Like detailed notes from actual doctors, the super complicated medical journals,
Mm-hmm.
even recordings of doctors talking to patients.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The better the data, the better O1 will get at understanding everything.
Okay, so it's not just about how much information it has. It's got to be the right kind of information.
Okay, exactly.
Okay, so what else? Anything else that O1 needs to work on?
Well, another thing was speed. Like, it did great on those really hard quizzes, but it took its sweet time thinking about them.
Oh, so like it's a slow thinker. Not exactly what you want in an emergency room, is it?
Right?
How slow are we talking, though?
They timed it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it wasn't breaking any speed records. Like, on average, those complex medical tasks. 13 seconds.
13 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like much.
But when you're talking about medicine, that could be a long time.
Exactly. Every second counts.
So it's the brainy one, but it's got to learn to think faster.
Right.
Can they even fix that?
Well, the researchers know it's a problem, but O1 is still being developed, you know?
Yes.
Like, imagine you're fine-tuning a race car, right?
Okay.
You want a car that's powerful, but also, like, aerodynamic, responsive, you know?
It can handle those turns.
Exactly. It's the same with O1. It needs that raw processing power, but it also needs to be efficient and fast, especially for medicine.
I like that, the race car analogy.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build like a Formula One car for the human body.
Exactly.
Except the finish line is like better healthcare for everyone.
Exactly. And that kind of gets to, like, the big question here. What does this all mean? For you, for me, for patients.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, this isn't just about some cool tech, right?
Right.
This is about using that tech to actually make a difference. So what's the takeaway here?
I think it shows we're on the right track.
Okay, good.
We're not making appointments with AI doctors tomorrow or anything.
Right.
But what we're seeing with O1, it's pretty amazing.
So we're getting closer to this whole like AI-powered healthcare thing.
Yeah, but I bet it brings up some, concerns too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but also kind of like, whoa, what does this all mean? So what are some of the questions we should be asking as we like head into this whole new world of AI and healthcare? It's like we're on the edge of something huge.
Yeah.
Like a whole new chapter in medicine. But with anything new, it's like we got to make sure we're thinking about what it all means. What should our listeners be taking away from all this?
That's the key question, right? AI in healthcare, it could be amazing, but we got to do it right. This O1 research, super exciting. I mean, imagine AI helping us catch diseases super early, coming up with treatments just for you, even making healthcare more affordable.
That would be incredible.
Right. But we can't forget about those challenges we talked about, and we got to keep making sure this tech is used ethically.
So it's like get excited about the possibilities, but don't forget to be like realistic and aware.
Exactly. It's not just about can we build a smarter AI, it's can we build a better future with it, where tech and people are working together for a healthier world.
Couldn't have said better myself.
It's a future worth working towards.
Totally. Well, that wraps it up for our deep dive into AI doctors and this awesome O1 research. We talked about what it can do, the stuff it still needs to work on, and what it could mean for the future of healthcare. And remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation. As AI gets more advanced, we all need to stay informed, ask the tough questions. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.